हम देश के गरीब से गरीब लोगों को बैंक अकाउंट की सुविधा से जोड़ना चाहते हैं.
The beginning of the end of financial untouchability. That's how Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi introduced his massive new financial inclusion plan in August. Dhan Yojana, a plan to outstrip and outscale them all.
A very big segment of our population was totally excluded. How do we bring these people into the mainstream of the banking and financial services?
Talking about 500 million people without access to basic banking services.
We want to move from cash-based transaction to digital transactions as much as possible. We have now the technological capability, the readiness, so everything was falling in place.
More than 18 million new accounts were opened on day one, a number that's catapulted India into the Guinness Book of World Records. And in the months following, sign-ups have been in overdrive. They queue in the basement. Here at Nangli Sakrawati in the southwest district of Delhi, they've signed up nearly 5,000 accounts in the last few months, 1,000 on the first day. Manisha is a housewife. She's never had a bank account before, but she's heard there's 100,000 rupees of accident insurance with the new account and no minimum balance. She'll get a basic account, a RuPay debit card and an extra 30,000 rupees of life insurance for signing up in the first 5 months.
आम कस्टमर का मिनिमम फॉर्मेलिटीज में अकाउंट खुल जाएगा.
The backbone of the system is the Aadhaar Unique ID, which allows the bank to do electronic Know Your Customer checks. And the Reserve Bank of India relaxed some rules to make it even easier to open an account. Just one proof of address and this simple form. Rajneesh lives nearby. His wife just gave birth to their second child, a son. And with their future in mind, he opened his account 2 months ago. Today he's making a deposit.
एक आधार कार्ड चाहिए होता है, आपका अकाउंट खुल जाता है. और ये इसमें 1 लाख का आपका इंश्योरेंस भी है, एक्सीडेंटल, तो वो भी बेनिफिट है. और फिर मेरा पैसा सेविंग होता है, उसमें इंटरेस्ट भी है.
खाता के लिए मैं कितने साल से चक्कर काटते, ना 1,000 रुपया होता था ना खाता खुलाते थे. हम अपना खर्च के लिए 200 100 रुपया काट के रखेंगे ना, इसलिए ये खाता सरकार ने खुला दिए, बहुत अच्छी.
It's nearly 4 hours drive and a world away from the sprawling metropolis to Bajera in the Mewat district of Haryana. Out here they're not watching the wall-to-wall ads on TV and they've not heard all the details of the Prime Minister's scheme. But they do know that other people are opening accounts, and so many of these people have walked from neighbouring villages to open theirs.
You're starting to see the broader impact of this scheme already, where people are now aware, are they participating in the banking system in the way they should? Is the bank delivering services for them that they need?
This is what's known as a bank mitra, or friend of the bank, an outpost of the bank branch that's spread into the villages. Before, Uday Chand had to walk about 5 miles to the bank to make a deposit. Now the bank has come to him. They're adding 130,000 agents like this as part of the programme. Fixed point, online, interoperable points of service.
तो अब वो लोग ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा बैंकिंग से जुड़ते हैं, उनको ये पता होता है कि हमारा पैसा सेफ है. हम किसी भी टाइम एटीएम भी मिलता है, एटीएम मशीन पे भी जाके निकाल सकते हैं, ग्राहक सेवा केंद्र पे भी जाके निकाल सकते हैं. तो काफ़ी इजी हो गया है बैंकिंग.
With the new scheme, Uday's persuaded his wife to open an account too. Today, more than 90% of the households in Bajera have at least one bank account.
About 7,000 crore rupees of deposit has been mobilized. This informal saving is finding way to the formal channel.
That's a huge amount of money. This is the money which was lying idle.
This is the kind of poverty they want to eradicate. Bhajan and his wife earn just 15,000 rupees or $250 a year to support their family by making mud pots and selling a little milk from the buffalo. Nearly 40% of the people in this country live like this, on less than $1 a day. The toilet they're building will be partly paid for with a government subsidy. The plan is first for every household in India to have a bank account, and in the next phase, government benefits will go directly into the accounts.
ऐसा जी हमें तो बचत के लिए खुलवाया था, या अब मोदी की जो है कि समाज में पता लगा ना कि मतलब वो अकाउंट में जो है आ रहे हैं पैसा, तो इसलिए जो है कि पेंशन के लिए भी उसके लिए भी बुढ़े का जो है कि जैसे भी कुछ होगा वो मतलब इसी में आ जाएगा, जो भी कुछ इसके आना जाना तो बस की नहीं है.
The hope is that by paying benefits directly into bank accounts, the scheme will cut the waste and corruption that inflate India's $43 billion annual subsidy bill. Malaki has walked from Bibipur, where she's a cook in the government madrasa. She was what India's Prime Minister called a financial untouchable. Like 42% of the people in this country, she'd never even been into a bank. She's illiterate and doesn't know how old she is. but she does know that she needs a bank account if she's to save for her old age.
ऐसे खुलवाया कि जैसे बड़े बुढ़ान की पेंशन आवे में कोई वो हो जावे तो वो अपने खाता में आ जावे और कोई पैसे धेली बड़ा बूढ़ा हो जाते हम गिर जावे अपने ऐसे खुलवाया वो खाता में और
In a programme marked by big numbers, milestones and records, they've blasted through them all, topping 115 million accounts in a matter of months. But if at this stage it's a counting game, there are no apologies for that. They're well ahead and they believe that it's the energy and numbers that will drive the momentum to make financial inclusion a reality for all Indians.
An account opening is not the end in itself. Account opening is just the beginning of something bigger. We have to take care of pension, insurance and other services that we had planned for this, and so that is what completes the financial inclusion basket. But we are very aware that the journey will start from there on.
The idea is we need to get to the accounts as quickly as possible, and once we get to the accounts we can then introduce these other services, and it's these other services that ultimately matter. We're talking about millions of Indians having a basic service. So even if less than half of the current people reach through this service are actively using it, that's still a huge step forward for India and a huge dent financial inclusion globally.